All right, hello everybody, welcome back to some Stormworks Build and Rescue. Okay, so someone asked me to make a modular engine. So I built this kind of car with a modular engine on it, and I'm just showing we're at 59 RPS, and the temperature is stable. Maxes out at about 68.7. As you can see, it's slowly going down. All right, so how was I able to do this? Well, let's go into the workbench and let's build an engine. So, yeah, let's build the engine first. I'll go over, it'll be really quick, and then, yeah, you can do it yourself. Things to note. Okay, the more RPS the engine has, the harder it's going to be to stabilize the engine. As you can see in this case, it took me 4 regular radiators to stabilize a small modular engine, which has 4 crankshafts. Okay, probably 1 radiator per crankshaft. I'm not sure. That's something I will test out and I guess put out another video in the next one. That'll be for the next one. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to make a new vehicle. Okay, and we are going to build this modular engine. A modular engine that is stable. All right, so you don't want to use mirror mode when you're building these modular engines. It's just the way it is. You don't want to use mirror mode. All right, so what do we need? We need a crankshaft. Right, this one we're just going to use 4 crankshafts. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, then we also need a... Let's go down here to the modular engine parts. We need a belt drive, okay? We also need a clutch. Right here, modular engine clutch. For there, alrighty. All right, now what's the next thing we need? We need what are called manifolds. All right, so these manifolds, instead of using the straight... Is that right? This one here. Modular engine cylinder. This is what we need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I've just built a 12-cylinder modular engine. Okay, now we need an alternator. The alternator is going to charge the battery. And we want a couple of starters on this one. I've used the fluid pump. It didn't appear to be working. Maybe they changed it. Maybe they fixed it. I'm not going to be using the fluid pump in this example. I won't be using the fluid pump in this example. I'll try it out at a later date. All right. So when the crankshafts are side by side, they're in line, but these cylinders don't connect to those cylinders. So how do we do that? We need a modular engine manifold corner. All we need is 1 corner, just like that. And now our modular engine is connected. All right. So we need exhaust. We need air. So we need the air manifold. All right. And then we need fuel. So we need the fuel manifold. The other thing we also need is coolant. We need to be able to get coolant in here. So let's see. This is... We'll do fuel on this side, and we'll do air on the other side. And then that way I can get coolant in here as well. All right, so put the air guy there. This just takes an air filter. This we can just pump right, honestly, just into a tank, right? Make sure there's diesel in the tank, which is what we need to get the engine to work. And there is. All right, so the next thing we need to do is focus on the coolant. All right. So we have these modular engine coolant manifolds. We need 2 of these. Now, the developers hooked them together on the back side. I'm not going to do that in my example. You don't need to do that. That won't, it might make the engine cool a little bit better. I'm not too sure. All right, so we're going to be using these pumps. These small fluid pumps. All right. The side with the black stripe is your out. The side without the black stripe is your in. So we're going to be cycling fluid that way. All right. Then the last thing we need, not the last thing, almost the last thing, we need are our radiators. So I tried this over and over and over and over again. You need 4 radiators to get a, once you reach that 60 RPS, you need 4 radiators. If you want to, if you're going to use less RPS and maybe, let's see, let me connect these radiators and then I'll just go over that. So what I noticed the developers like to do is the developers like to use the gearboxes. And a lot of all of their engines are set to run at 9 RPS, and then they use gearboxes to make up for that loss of RPS. The additional RPS that they need comes from the gearboxes. So that's probably why a lot of the developer engines are stable with a single radiator, because they're only running at 9 RPS versus the engine you're seeing right now, which wouldn't be stable because it's running at about 60 RPS. So if you're cranking up those RPS, you really need to have a, if you're cranking up the RPS, you need to make sure that you have coolant. That's what I'm trying to say. Coolant, yes. Because I tried this. I tried this engine with 1 radiator. It didn't go stable. I tried it with 2 radiators. It didn't go stable. I tried it with 3 radiators. It almost went stable. And as you saw there in the beginning of the video, with 4 radiators, it's stable. Okay, so now we need a battery. Right, it might not be stable in the example while it's just sitting here. All right, but as you saw under a load, it should be, but as you saw under a load, let's get a propeller here. Just a regular ship propeller will do, just so we can see that we're pushing RPS. Okay, and then we need 2 throttles. 2 throttles. One is going to be your engine and one is going to be your clutch. All right, then we need a function block. Why do we need a function block? Well, the function block is going to control the air to fuel ratio. So we want to go X times 0.5. All right, now why is that? Your ratio is 2 to 1. 2 parts air, 1 part fuel. So we're going to take our first throttle. We're going to connect it to the function block, and then we're going to connect it to the air manifold. Then we're going to take the function block, we're going to connect that to the fuel manifold. All right. We want to make sure that there's electricity. Okay, and then our second, this is going to be our clutch, and we can label those, right? Engine, fuel, air, and then this one here can be clutch. All right, and I'll spawn that in. If I've done everything correctly, it should just fire up. If I've done everything correctly. Pumps are on. Excellent. There you go. So now it fires up. We're not producing any RPS. Now we're producing 57 RPS. Okay. As you'll see, the engine is at 29 degrees. I should. Let's see. Okay, so let's get a microcontroller. Go into the microcontroller. You just need the microcontroller to be 2 by 2. That's it. All right, so then we need 2 nodes. We need a composite node, and we need a number node. That's it. All right. So then we go in, and our number node is going to be an output node on it. All right, input, output. Then we need a composite read number. All right, we're going to set that to channel 3. Why channel 3? Channel 3 reads heat. Channel 1 and 2 read your air value and your fuel value coming off the engine. Channel 3 should be our temperature. What did that say? Value 3, temperature. Okay, and then we need a dial. All right, you don't need electricity to the dial for it to work. You only need electricity to the dial if you are going to be using the backlight on the dial. In this case, we're not. All right, so now we can spawn that in. Now, I should just be able to let this go for a minute, and it should do what the car did. It should cap out at 57. So now we're spinning, right? You see that we're spinning, and the temperature's going up. Now we should stop with the 4 radiators, hopefully, at 68, which is where the other one started. Now, it is going up pretty fast, so... As I said, this might not work. Now, why might it not work? Because we don't have any load on the propeller. Does that matter? It seems to matter when it comes to coolant and the engine. It does seem to matter that you are going to want that. And I'll explain that in just a minute. All right, so you see the way this engine is designed, okay? See how we're not able to achieve, what was it, 66, I think, was our 66.7 is where the car stopped. Okay, and you see how we're still going up, and we're going to blow through that. We're at 68. Yeah, we're going to blow right through that. So what can we do? How can we slow this engine down? How can we stop it from accelerating? Well, you see that? See how I eased off the clutch there? I brought the RPS back to 30, and now I've peaked. And now this engine is stable, and you can test it, and you can run it however you want. You see that? Sitting there at 28 RPS. And we're stable at 70. All right, so I'm going to do one more thing. I'm now going to load the car that I built. You're going to see that it goes up a lot slower in the temperature. Oh, does this one not have the function block? No, this one doesn't have the function block. I saved the wrong one. Okay, I just have to get rid of this. All right, take the function block. We want to go X times 0.5. All right, and then what we want to do is take our, this goes to our fuel, and that goes to there. All right, perfect. And now this should work. Should fire right up. Righty uppy. Yep, there we go. Okay. Now you see how we're accelerating exceptionally fast? Now I really hope this one, oh, this one's not going to work either. Yeah, you see I only have 2 radiators on this one. So this one isn't going to, this isn't the one that I had the autosave and then it didn't save it. All right. It's going to make me out to be a liar here. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Now it's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes of me driving around for the engine to peak. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let it heat up, and then I'll get in it, and you'll see that I'll be able to run it flat out. So in this case, yes, it is quite simply the amount of radiators that you have. The more radiators you have, the cooler you're going to be able to keep your engine at those really high RPSs. So let's just let it heat up here. There you go. All right. Whoops. Yeah, so as you can see, it's accelerating a lot slower. What are we at for the length of this video? 15 minutes already, not bad. Let's see. Let's let this go. Yeah, we're at 30. I think it was at 66.7 when I came in. So just give this a minute here to heat up, and then I'll hop in it and accelerate away, and it should stabilize. I hope it stabilizes. Otherwise, I'll have to go back through it and figure it out. Yeah, so coolant is coming in, and coolant is coming out, and then obviously you see all the radiators are the same. They're in line. So this is a basic setup. This is how I was able to get my airplane stable. I found 4 of these radiators was enough to get the engine stable. So yeah, we're just waiting for this to accelerate, and then that'll be that. Right, as you can see, it's going to take a fair amount of time to what are we running it at? 60 RPS here. And then if I get in it and I start driving around, ooh, that'll accelerate that a little bit. But I had to do laps. I was doing laps here, and I actually ran out of fuel, so I had to turn on infinite fuel just so I could have enough fuel to get the temperature up to the point where it was stable. What are we at? 40. All right, not too much longer here. Hopefully it stabilizes this one. Yeah, now I mean, obviously, if you let go of the accelerator, it's not going to heat up as fast, and it will probably start to cool down a little bit. But we don't want that. We want it to be stable with continuous pressure on the engine. So what, another 15 degrees, hopefully. I should peak 46. Yeah, I've just been sitting here doing laps for the last 20 minutes or so. As you can see, we've already started to slow down. We're now at 50. Yeah, by pressing W, I can get it to accelerate even faster here. So, almost there. We're almost there. Yeah, this last 10 degrees or so is going to take a little bit. A lot of helicopters out that way. Oh boy, see, we're only at 57. Oh boy, come on, you can do it, you can do it, you can heat up. No, we don't want it to heat up any faster, but you can do it. Right, we're running through it so I can show you that it does stabilize. I don't want to just show you the introduction that it's stable. and then let's say have you repeat the example and then not be stable. I don't want that, so I'm just making sure that we're stable. As you can see, I'm just doing laps through the airport. Slows down as soon as I ease up on the accelerator. It slows right down. As you can see, it probably might even stabilize here at 60, but we don't want that. We want that constant pressure. All right, as you can see, the second decimal point there. See how it's starting to slow down? It's starting to skip now. Excellent. So yeah, 4 radiators. 4 radiators is what I found for these modular engines. In the airplane, I think I have 26 of these cylinders in there. So, and I'm only using 4 of these engines, and it's stable. But also, I have a little bit of the air, the cool air. There might be a little bit of that air temperature that's cooling it. Yeah. Oh, come on. Right, as you can see, obviously it's getting slower, slower and slower. It's slowing down. This is going to be like 30 minutes just to get to stability. Jeepers. I don't want to end the video yet. I want to show that it is stable. Oh yeah, another couple minutes there, kid. I'll let you on here. You can play some feed roll, whatever you want to play there. All right, so now we're at 64. So you can see it was going up. The second decimal point was going up basically every second. And now it's slowing down. It's going up maybe every second and a half. Like I say, we'll peak. I think it was a 66.7 is where it peaked. So we're close. We're 64 and a half, so we're close. But you can tell why I had to put on infinite fuel because there's not enough. There's just not enough fuel to be able to test this thing through. All right, 65. Another 1.5 degrees. Let's see. Then what I'll do maybe tomorrow or something is I'll put out a video where I make a medium modular engine and a large modular engine, and I'll see how many radiators it takes to make it stable. And then that way you just don't have to worry about it, right? You can build the engine, you can build the radiators, try and stuff it into your build somehow. And it might need less radiators if you use the radiators with the fans on them. Which I could swap these out for. But I'll do that in the next video and just see if we get a lower peak. All right, we're coming close to our peak here. Yeah, see if we can get a lower peak. 7, 8, 9. There we go. 66. This was our stability temperature. Whoa! 66.5. What did I say? 66.7? 8, 9, 66.6. There we go. This should be our last 10 count. Hopefully. Hopefully. There we go. 66.7. Or was it 67 that we peaked? I don't even know. Oh yeah, you see that? You see they we're about to, should be about to now where the third decimal point is starting to slow down. First it was the second decimal point. Now it's the third decimal point that's starting to slow down. Then it'll be the fourth decimal point, and we'll be stable here. We are 66.99. 67. All right. Oh, it's gonna make me out to. Maybe it's gonna give us just a slightly higher peak. What are we running at? 40% efficiency, 67. It's still going up. It's not slowing down at all. Seven. Maybe 68 is going to be our peak here. But as you can see, the third decimal point is starting to get slower and slower. And at some point here, it's just going to stop. Hopefully it just stops. I eased off the accelerator there just to see if it was going to go down. It's definitely going to start going back down. But that's not what we want. We want it to be legitimate. at 67.8. Yeah, here we go. There we go. We've peaked. 67.85. Perfect. We have achieved stability. All right. Thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. I hope you found this video informative. If it was too quick, let me know down in the comments if you have any more questions. And I will put out an additional video with a medium engine and a large engine and what we need to do to be able to get that to crank. As you can see, we're stable, 67.8. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.